So rough idle, what else? Rough idle, um, hesitation, bad fuel consumption, white, black spark plugs, um, map sensor unplugged, runs smoother, coolant temperature sensor doesn't change the idle, um, fuel pressure regulator pipe for vacuum to intake. That one, let me show you guys. When that is unplugged, the idle stabilizes. It's over there from the fuel pressure regulator to the nipple on the intake, which is this one here. So this one to that one. Idle is more stable. Focus. Idle is idle is more stable when fuel pressure regulator is out, which leads me to think that it's a fuel pressure problem. So I decided to check my just pick up this pipe. I decided to check my fuel lines, and I had noticed a spillage. I'm going to tuck it nicely, but what I did was there was a splice on this pipe where I couldn't reach, like up here, so I couldn't tighten the hose clamp properly, and the pipe that was on the car I had brought in here. I had inspected it, and this is how that pipe looks. All brittle, and it wasn't even a fuel line hose. This is what happens when you take water hoses and you put it or use it as a fuel line. Um, so I checked here at the back. I checked these wires out, and this red and white one, which is the 12-volt wire to the fuel pump, was exposed. I closed it up, just a slight DIY with a pipe, cut it open, and I closed it, cable ties it, and yeah, so I made sure the return is good. That's the sending. The sending is going there, coming down here. Return is going over. Return usually goes about, don't know if I can if you can see, but there's like a clip. There's like a clip here on the inside, which I can't seem to feel. Okay, well there I feel it now. There's the clips, those white pieces sticking out there. Those clips hold the fuel line. It was difficult. It was really difficult to thread this down to there, so I used a wire, and I put the wire in the pipe, and then I tightened it with a hose clamp. And after like at least half an hour of struggling, this is the result. The fixed wire. I decided to move the splicing point to a more reachable point for me. So there, the blue is the return and the black is the send. I'm going to tighten that up with cable ties once everything is sorted. Um, as in the engine bay, everything is back to normal. This nipple is blocked off, no vacuum leaks. I did spray for fuel to check if any gaskets was leaking. I also took the tension off here, so now it's movable. One, 1 to 2 millimeter play, as ChatGPT said, because I checked it out on ChatGPT. How much should this be tight? Because if this is too tight, it forces the throttle closed when the ECU tells the throttle to open up. So what I'm doing currently now is negative battery is off the terminal, 15 minutes, battery off the terminal, and then we're going to attach the negative terminal back to the battery. I inspected the fuel injection loom, and I basically redid the fuel injection loom and took out any bruises in the loom and tidied it up to a T with all the insulation tape. I checked the grounds. I made sure the grounds are all 100%. I even added a new ground onto the coil. Um, and I also added this ground here that is more stable. No, I'm lying. This ground was here. I just cleaned it, and there's another ground on the tappet cover. So I just made extra sure, because I mean it was there, and I believe it serves for the fuel injection loom. I don't know. I don't think you should have 1,000 grounds, but like the more grounds, the better, I suppose. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna check the time, and then we're gonna start up. So after 15 minutes, negative terminal back on the battery. Key on 30 seconds, key off 30 seconds, then we're starting the car, and no foot on the throttle, no foot at all on the throttle. Okay, ignition is on, car is swinging, foot is not on the throttle. No leak. Car started up. Car started up and instantly died, almost. No leaks here. Starting again. I'm going to plug out the coolant temperature sensor this time. Coolant temperature sensor is plugged out. Starting again. Okay, won't be the the coolant temperature sensor. Removing the map sensor now. Okay, starting again. With the map sensor unplugged, idle is sturdy. I plug out the fuel pressure regulator. No change is made to the engine. When the fuel pressure regulator is plugged out, no change. I close it. As soon as I plug the map sensor back in, idle is surprisingly sturdy with the map sensor plugged in. Fuel leaks. We got no fuel leaks. None. The smoke is blackish. It smells a bit better. It sounds like it's idling right now with the map sensor plugged in. It's with the map sensor plugged in. Starting the car again, map sensor plugged out. Car starts first time. Idle's decent. This is with the map sensor unplugged.